Sustainable practices are on the rise and are rapidly being implemented into our daily lives, but our culture continuously opts for the cheaper, less sustainable options.
Living in this country, we have the idea of the wide open West and plenty of resources, and there's plenty of space, and there's plenty of everything, and there really isn't. And I think there's a little bit of ignorance wrapped up in the fragility of resource use and exploitation and its effect on the environment.
To be sustainable is to be able to live your life without relying on other needs.
Think about the definition. Sustainability is being able to meet the needs of the present without compromising the needs of the future.
I think there is some movement towards sustainability. There was an effort by Eco Club to get styrofoam products out of the cafeteria, and I think it was mostly successful. I haven't seen styrofoam cups. Styrofoam is obviously not sustainable. So I think there is a small degree of administration and district effort, but more so on the grassroots level. I guess I'll put that in quotes for Eco Club. That's one of the goals we have.
Honestly, the schools are leading the charge more than the village. The students with the water bottles and the environment clubs, and from there it really has been helping. We have really started an initiative over the last couple of years to provide chargeable parking space, the electric chargers for cars in our parking spaces. So any new municipal lot, anytime we pave one over or we create some additional parking, we always allocate a space for charging electric cars.
Our goal is eventually to lower our electrical consumption by enough and raise our energy generation by enough that we actually don't draw any power off the grid. So that would kind of make us self-sustainable in terms of electricity, which is a major achievement for a wastewater treatment plant.
The world is continuing to go through resources far faster than they can be recycled. According to a 2015 study done by the University of California, Santa Barbara, only 9% of the plastic produced worldwide since 1950 has been recycled. A University of Georgia study from the same year estimates only 20% of the plastic produced that year was recycled.
Paper, has an end point to its life cycle at some point. Plastics, different kinds of plastics, demand different kinds of technology and capabilities for recycling. One of the misconceptions is that it can save the world. And I think just reducing the use of material oftentimes is the more profound and impactful choice. Recycling can help, but the reason the 4 R's, reduce, reuse, recycle, and restore, the reason they're in that sequence is the first option is the best option, and that's to reduce. And the second R, reuse, is the second most impactful option. And then recycle's third. So it's good, it's better than nothing, but it's better to reduce consumption and use of raw materials from the beginning.
I think we can make our town more bike friendly and walkability. The closer or the more things that we have that have access for people not to use their car, I think that's a big impact. And then the healthy lifestyle. So the more people are out running and walking and jogging and biking to get to places and when they're meeting people.
In a video from PBS.org, William Brigham reports that the way we consume food contributes to about 23% of our greenhouse gas emissions, and soil is being lost 10 to 100 times faster than it can be replenished.
If you study any basic ecology, there has never been and will never be a species whose population grows without limit.
The Global Footprint Network, an organization working to advance sustainable use, says that Earth Overshoot Day, falling on July 29, 2019, means that humanity is currently using nature 1.75 times faster than our planet's ecosystems can regenerate.
We are, at this point, using up resources faster than they can replenish themselves. Mm-hmm. And so if we do nothing, the CO2 is going to start falling because our populations are going to collapse. I don't want that to happen. I don't think anybody wants that to happen. But right. We have to figure out how to live more sustainably. And we can do it at the current population levels, but to do it, we're going to have to invest in those things now that save money down the road and save fuel down the road.
According to an article from the Chicago Tribune, climate change will increase tornado frequency east of the Mississippi River, increase risk of tsunamis on Lake Michigan, and it has already destroyed 2 beaches in Chicago.
From a broader perspective, the solar energy is a bigger issue because what's happening is you have all of your green energy, and the electrical plants, they don't have a place to store green energy as much as they do as the black energy.
As stated by EnergySage.com, a website highlighting green energy solutions, the average home can save between $10,000 and $30,000 over the lifetime of a solar panel system.
Young people have certainly shown their power to elicit change and to, change the mindset of older people and adults. So I think that's one of the best parts about young people's activism and potential for activism. So they're only as limited by their own construct of what they see, their own limitations. So hopefully they'll be inspired to be empowered to make change.